Hello and welcome to the Texology. I am CA Priyanshu Goyal and this audio episode is part of my podcast series The Texology, which aims at imparting information on crucial concepts of the Indian taxation scenario. If you prefer to listen in Hindi, you can watch my videos on YouTube and Instagram. You can find my profile by the name CA Priyanshu Goyal. As with other episodes in this series, this is going to be a very short clip to convey only relevant matters. Before we begin with today's content, I would just like to mention that if you feel like connecting with me, I am available on Instagram, LinkedIn and Twitter by the name CA Priyanshu Goyal. Recently, Ministry of Finance issued a notification and it grabbed a lot of attention as the implication was that now there will be applicability of TCS at the rate of 20% on international credit card usage. So before getting into the further detail, let's start with the basic as we always do. TCS or tax collected at source is the concept wherein the seller collects extra amount as tax on sale of specified items which is over and above the sale price of the goods. And this is then deposited with the government, which can be claimed by buyer while filing his income tax returns. There are certain provisions as prescribed in the Income Tax Act which govern such collection of tax at source and should be referred to before transactions. Subsection 1G of Section 206C of Income Tax Act provides for TCS on foreign remittance under the Liberalized Remittance Scheme or LRS and also on sale of overseas tour packages. Finance Act 2023 already made amendments to the rate of TCS in this regard, wherein the rate is to be increased to 20% with effect from 1st July 2023 from the current rate of 5%. Important thing to note is that with regard to the remittance for medical and educational expenses, the position stays same as before the amendment by Finance Act 2023. This amendment majorly affects remittance for overseas tour package, gifts, bonds, shares or other investments in assets outside India. Further, by a notification dated 16th May 2023, Ministry of Finance omitted Rule 7 of Foreign Exchange Management Current Account Transactions Rules 2000. The effect of which is that now the TCS will also be levied on the use of international credit card for making payment by a person towards meeting expenses while such person is on a visit outside India. Until now, Rule 7 was providing the exemption because of which the use of international credit card by a person for meeting expenses on his visit abroad was exempted from LRS. Since now Rule 7 has been omitted, such exemption stands withdrawn and such use of credit card is now covered in LRS and thus consequently liable to levy of TCS under Section 206C subsection 1G. Please note that 20% TCS rate comes into effect from 1st July 2023. So that's all for this clip. I hope you'll find this useful, and if there's any related query or question about this, feel free to reach out to me on info@priyanshugoyal.com.